I never expected that a spilled coffee in a crowded Manhattan cafe would upend my entire life. There I was, fumbling with my laptop bag, when I collided with him. A tall, impeccably dressed man whose presence commanded the room like he owned it. As the hot liquid soaked his crisp white shirt, his eyes met mine, not with anger, but with an amused spark that made my heart stutter in a way I hadn't felt in years. His name was Corbinander Hale, CEO of Hale Innovations, a tech giant revolutionizing AI ethics, or so the headlines claimed. I apologized profusely, offering to pay for dry cleaning, but he waved it off with a deep, resonant laugh. "Accidents happen," he said, his voice smooth like aged whiskey. "Let me buy you another coffee instead." Before I knew it, we were sitting at a corner table, talking as if we'd known each other forever. I'm Ethan Carter, a 28-year-old freelance graphic designer scraping by in Brooklyn, far from the polished world of corporate titans. Yet, in that moment, the divide between us seemed to vanish. Why did I feel so drawn to him? Internally, I wrestled with the question. I'd sworn off relationships after my last breakup left me shattered, convinced that love was just a pretty illusion for people like me. Gay men navigating a world that still whispered judgments behind polite smiles. But Corbin's easy confidence, the way he listened intently as I rambled about my latest project, stirred something dormant. Was it his charm, or the subtle vulnerability in his eyes when he mentioned long work hours? By the time we parted, exchanging numbers, I couldn't shake the nagging doubt. What if this was just pity from a rich guy amused by the clumsy artist? Over the next few days, texts flew between us. Light at first, sharing memes about city life, then deeper, delving into dreams and disappointments. He invited me to a gala fundraiser for tech startups, insisting it would be good for my portfolio. I hesitated. Events like that were alien territory, filled with suits and small talk that made me feel like an imposter. But his persistence won out. "Come on, Ethan," he messaged. "I want you there." The words ignited a flicker of hope, battling my inner voice that screamed caution. At the gala, held in a glittering ballroom overlooking Central Park, Corbin was in his element, shaking hands, delivering a speech on innovation with charisma that captivated the crowd. I lingered on the edges, nursing a drink, until he pulled me into conversations, introducing me as the talented designer who's going to change the game. His hand brushed my arm, a touch that sent electricity through me, but I pushed it down. What was I doing here? My mind raced. He's straight, probably, or at least playing the part in this heteronormative world of power brokers. Yet, when the night wound down, he suggested a walk in the park, and under the streetlights, our talk turned personal. "I envy your freedom," he confessed, staring at the skyline. "Running a company like mine, it's a cage of expectations." His words hung heavy, revealing cracks in his perfect facade. I opened up about my own struggles, coming out in a conservative Midwest family, the rejection that still echoed in quiet moments. To my surprise, he didn't flinch. Instead, he shared a story of his college days, hinting at unexplored feelings. "Life's full of what-ifs," he said softly. My heart pounded. Was this flirtation, or just empathy? Internally, turmoil brewed. If I misread this, I'd be the fool chasing shadows again. Our connection deepened rapidly. Coffee dates turned into dinners at hidden gems in the village, where we'd debate everything from art to politics. Corbin's world fascinated me, board meetings, high-stakes deals, but he seemed equally intrigued by my chaotic creativity. One evening, as we strolled through Washington Square Park, he stopped, turning to me with intensity. "Ethan, there's something about you that makes me question everything I thought I knew." His gaze held mine, and in that instant, I knew. This was mutual. But doubt gnawed. What secrets did a man like him hide? CEOs didn't just befriend struggling artists without motive. As weeks passed, whispers of affection crept in, his hand lingering on mine, a shared look that spoke volumes. Yet societal shadows loomed. My friends warned me, "He's too perfect. There's got to be a catch." And inwardly, I agreed. Growing up gay in America, I'd learned to armor myself against disappointment, against the world that celebrated straight success stories while sidelining ours. Corbyn's company championed diversity on paper, but rumors swirled about internal biases. Did he know? Was he part of it? These questions festered, turning joy into quiet anxiety. One night, over wine at his penthouse, the air thickened with unspoken tension. "I need to tell you something," he said, his voice laced with hesitation. My mind spiraled. This is it, the rejection, the "I'm not ready." But instead, he revealed glimpses of his past. A hidden relationship in his 20s, buried under family pressure to succeed. "I've lived in denial for so long," he admitted. Relief washed over me, mingled with fear. What if coming out ruined him? Society's gaze on powerful men was unforgiving, especially for those like us. Our first tentative steps into romance were laced with drama. A stolen moment in his office, where he pulled me close, whispering promises. But reality intruded. A tabloid photo of us at dinner sparked online buzz. CEO hails mystery companion. The headlines teased. Panic set in. My freelance gigs dried up as clients whispered about associations. Inwardly, I battled rage. Why must our connection be dissected, judged? Corbyn assured me it would pass, but his eyes betrayed worry. Was this worth the storm? Conflicts mounted. At a company event, I overheard executives joking about queer agendas derailing profits. Confronting Corbyn later, our argument exploded. "How can you lead them and ignore this?" I demanded. He snapped back. "It's not that simple, Ethan. Change takes time." His words cut deep, exposing the chasm between our worlds. Internally, guilt and love warred. Am I pushing too hard? Or is he compromising too much? As emotions intensified, so did the pull between us. A weekend getaway to the Hamptons offered respite, where under starry skies, we shared vulnerabilities. "You're the first person who sees me, not the title," he murmured. But even there, doubt lingered. What was his special job? The one he dodged questions about? Hints dropped, a late-night call, cryptic meetings. My mind raced with possibilities, fueling inner turmoil. Was I falling for an illusion? The turning point came during a heated board meeting leak. Whispers suggested Corbyn's special role involved lobbying for policies that skirted ethical lines, potentially harming marginalized communities, including our own. Confrontation loomed, promising to shatter or solidify our bond. As I stared at my phone, heart pounding, I wondered, could love survive such betrayal? The revelation hit like a freight train. I was scrolling through an anonymous tip on a whistleblower site when I saw it. Corbyn Underhale, not just CEO, but secretly consulting for a shadowy firm that funneled money into anti-LGBT political campaigns. His special job, disguised as neutral advisory work, was bankrolling efforts to roll back rights in conservative states. My stomach churned. How could the man who'd held me through my darkest confessions be complicit in this? I confronted him that night in his office, the city lights mocking our fractured intimacy below. "Is it true?" I demanded, thrusting my phone forward. Corbyn's face paled, but he didn't deny it. "It's complicated, Ethan," he said, sinking into his chair. Complicated? Rage boiled inside me. Years of fighting for acceptance, only to find my lover funding the opposition. "You're profiting off hate," I accused, voice trembling. He reached for me, but I pulled away. "It's business," he insisted. "I don't agree with all of it, but the contracts, they keep the company afloat." Internally, a storm raged. Love clashed with betrayal. How had I ignored the signs? His evasive answers about late nights, the guarded phone calls, they all clicked into place. Was our connection real, or a convenient distraction from his guilt? Tears stung as memories flooded. His gentle reassurances during my family estrangement, now tainted by hypocrisy. "You knew what this meant to me," I whispered. He stood, eyes pleading. "I was going to tell you. I'm trying to change things from inside." The argument escalated, voices echoing in the empty high-rise. "Change? By funding bigots." I shot back. Corbyn's composure cracked. revealing raw pain. You think I chose this? My father built this empire on those alliances. Walking away means losing everything. His admission hung heavy, exposing his internal war, ambition versus authenticity. For a moment, pity flickered, but anger drowned it. And what about us? Am I just collateral? We parted in silence, the door slamming like a finality. Days blurred into isolation. I threw myself into work, but every design evoked him. The sharp lines of his jaw, the warmth of his smile. Friends urged me to expose him, to turn the tip into a scandal. He deserves it, they said, but inwardly, doubt gnawed. Would destroying him heal me, or just spread more pain? Society's microscope on gay relationships amplified the drama. Leaks about our affair fueled tabloid frenzy, painting me as the scorned opportunist. Corbyn's messages poured in, apologies, explanations. I ended the contract. One read, skepticism warred with hope. Was this genuine or damage control? Meeting him at our cafe felt like returning to the crime scene. He looked haggard, shadows under his eyes. I never meant to hurt you, he said, voice breaking. As he detailed his efforts, donating to pro-LGBT causes, pushing internal reforms, emotions surged. Forgiveness tempted, but trust lay shattered. Social conflicts intensified. My community ostracized me for associating with the enemy. Whispers of betrayal following me to pride events. How could you love someone like that? A friend demanded. Inwardly, I questioned myself. Am I weak for considering reconciliation? Corbyn faced his own backlash. Board members pressuring him to clean up his image, implying our relationship was a liability. They want me to deny us, he confessed over a tense dinner. The drama peaked at a public forum on tech ethics, where I unexpectedly spoke out against corporate hypocrisy. Corbyn was in the audience, our eyes locking amid the applause. Afterward, he cornered me. You're right, he admitted. I've been a coward. His vulnerability pierced me, stirring buried affection. But as we talked late into the night, revelations deepened. His special job stemmed from family debts, a web of obligations trapping him. Inward monologues dominated my nights. Love him or leave him. Society demanded purity, but human hearts were messier. A controversial choice loomed. Stand by him amid reform, or walk away for principle. Emotions weighed heavier, each thought a dagger. As we navigated this minefield, our bond tested limits, promising either redemption or ruin. Reconciliation tentative, we attended a discreet support group for LGBTQ professionals. Hearing other stories mirrored our struggles, hidden lives, societal pressures. Corbyn opened up more, his internal conflicts spilling. I hate what I've become. My heart ached. Perhaps he wasn't the villain, just ensnared. Yet controversy brewed. A leaked email exposed his past involvement, sparking protests outside Hale Innovations. Reporters hounded us, questioning our authenticity. Is this PR spin? One sneered. Defending him publicly, I faced backlash from allies. You're enabling oppression, comments flooded my socials. Inwardly, turmoil peaked. Am I betraying my identity for love? Corbyn's response. He resigned from the consulting, publicly pledging company changes. But the cost strained family ties, dipping stocks, fueled his doubts. Is this worth it? He asked one stormy evening. Our embrace felt fragile, emotions raw. As conflicts mounted, so did intensity. Every conversation a battlefield of hearts. The climax neared with a family confrontation. Corbyn's conservative father arrived, demanding he end this phase. Witnessing the venom, I saw his pain's roots. I won't hide anymore, Corbyn declared, choosing us. Elation mixed with fear. Society wouldn't forgive easily. In quiet moments, my mind raced. Can love conquer systemic hate? The answer eluded, but emotions deepened, binding us tighter amid chaos. The backlash was relentless, a tidal wave crashing over our fragile peace. Protests escalated outside Hale Innovations, signs branding Corbyn a hypocrite in a suit. while online forums dissected our relationship like a scandalous novel. I found myself at the center, my name dragged through mud. Accused of being a gold digger or worse, a traitor to the cause. Inwardly, the weight crushed me. How had my private heart become public fodder? Every scroll through comments ignited fresh agony, questions looping endlessly. Am I deluding myself that he can change? Or is this the fight worth waging? Corbin bore the brunt, his once unshakable confidence fracturing under scrutiny. Board meetings turned hostile. Whispers of ousting him grew louder. They're saying my personal life is tanking the company, he confided one night, pacing his living room like a caged animal. His eyes, usually so commanding, now brimmed with defeat. Maybe they're right. Hearing that broke something in me. I pulled him close, but tension lingered. Our touches now hesitant, shadowed by doubt. We can weather this, I insisted, though my voice wavered. Internally, fear clawed. What if love isn't enough against a world rigged against us? Social divides sharpened. My old circle shunned me. Invitations to queer events dried up, replaced by cold shoulders. You chose him over us? A former friend texted, the words a gut punch. Isolation amplified my inner monologue. Betrayal from all sides, society's judgment, community's rejection. Was our connection a curse? Corbin faced familial exile. His father's ultimatum echoed in heated calls. End this nonsense or lose your inheritance, the old man barked. Watching Corbin crumble post-conversation, tears unspoken, deepened my empathy and torment. He's suffering too, my mind argued. But at what cost to my soul? A controversial twist emerged when an investigative journalist contacted me, offering to expose the full truth about Corbin's dealings. Temptation surged. Vindication tempted like a siren. Think about it, she urged. I agonized alone, staring at the city from my apartment window. Revealing more could destroy him, but silence made me complicit. Emotions swirled. Anger at his past, love for his present efforts, fear of regret. In the end, I declined, choosing faith over fury. But the decision haunted. Am I naive or brave? Our dialogues grew raw, laced with drama. Over a candlelit dinner meant to reconnect, accusations flew. You still don't trust me, Corbin said, voice cracking. After everything I've sacrificed? I countered. Sacrifices don't erase the pain you've caused others. Like me. Tears fell freely, our vulnerabilities exposed. He admitted deeper truths. His special job began as a desperate bid to save the company from bankruptcy. Entangled in politics he now despised. I was blind, he whispered. Forgiveness flickered, but scars remained. As intensity built, so did external pressures. A viral thread accused Hale Innovations of token diversity, citing Corbin's history. Protesters targeted our dates, forcing us into hiding. One evening, cornered in an alley by aggressive paparazzi, Corbin shielded me, his protectiveness stirring fierce loyalty. But inwardly, resentment brewed. Why must we fight for basic humanity? Society's double standards, celebrating straight power couples while vilifying ours, fueled my rage. In a moment of high drama, Corbin proposed a bold move. A joint op-ed announcing his commitment to reform, outing himself fully. Let's own our story, he said, eyes alight with determination. Terror gripped me. The exposure could invite hate crimes, job loss. My mind raced. Is this liberation or suicide? We debated fiercely, emotions peaking, hope clashing with horror. I can't lose you to this, I pleaded. He replied, but I can't lose myself anymore. The piece published, igniting firestorms. Support poured from unexpected allies. Young execs, activists praising vulnerability. But hate mail flooded, threats chilling. Corbin's security tightened, our lives appended. In quiet nights, holding each other, doubts whispered. Was this worth the peril? My internal conflicts deepened, love's sweetness soured by fear. Yet, amidst chaos, moments of profound connection emerged. A therapy session together unearthed buried traumas, his repressed youth, my abandonment issues. We're broken, but together, he murmured. Emotions overwhelmed, tears mingling in shared silence. Society's conflicts paled against our bond's resilience. But controversy lingered. Rumors surfaced of Corbin's firm still tied to dubious donors, forcing another confrontation. "Fix it or I'm gone," I demanded, heart-shattering. His promise rang hollow at first, but actions followed. Severing ties, facing lawsuits. Watching him battle, admiration swelled, mingled with exhaustion. As emotions reached fever pitch, I questioned everything. Can one man's redemption outweigh systemic harm? The answer, elusive, tore at my core. Our story, once unexpected, now a battlefield of hearts and ideals. A pivotal choice loomed during a heated protest where I spoke, Corbin by my side. Boos mixed with cheers, the crowd a mirror of divided America. In that maelstrom, our hands clasped defiantly. But inwardly, the toll mounted. How much more can we endure? The drama crescendoed, promising either unbreakable unity or irrevocable fracture. Emotions, raw and unrelenting, defined every breath. The fracture came swiftly, a crack widening into an abyss. After the op-ed, threats escalated. Anonymous calls, vandalized cars, forcing us into seclusion at a remote cabin upstate. There, away from prying eyes, our rawest selves emerged. "I never wanted this for you," Corbin confessed one dawn, as mist shrouded the woods. His voice, usually steady, trembled with regret. I stared at him, emotions churning like a vortex. Love, resentment, despair. How had our spark ignited such destruction? Inwardly, I dissected every choice. Staying meant endorsing his past sins. Leaving meant abandoning hope. Dialogues turned into marathons of anguish. "You think I don't hate myself for what I've done?" he exploded during a stormy argument. Rain pounded the roof, mirroring my turmoil. Every dollar I took funded hate I now fight against. Tears streamed down his face, vulnerability stripping him bare. I wanted to comfort him, but betrayal's sting held me back. "Words aren't enough," I retorted. "People like me have suffered because of men like you." The words hung, heavy with accusation. His silence spoke volumes, his internal war evident in clenched fists. Society's claws dug deeper. Back in the city, job offers vanished for me. Clients cited controversy. Isolation bred paranoia. Every glance suspect. Every whisper a judgment. My mind spiraled. Am I defined by him now? Friends' ultimatums echoed. Choose, us or him. The community's rejection cut deepest. A betrayal from those who'd once been sanctuary. In quiet hours, self-doubt consumed. Was loving him a form of self-sabotage, rooted in my unresolved pains? Corbin's world crumbled too. The board ousted him in a coup, citing distractions. Watching him pack his office, defeat etched in every line, shattered me. "This is my fault," I whispered. He pulled me into an embrace, but tension lingered. "No, it's mine for hiding too long." His admission fueled my inner conflict. Pity warred with justice. Could I forgive when the cost was so high? A controversial revelation surfaced via leaked documents. Corbin's special job included personal donations to anti-LGBT groups years ago. Before us, the internet erupted, branding him irredeemable. Protesters picketed his home. Hate spewed online. Confronting him, emotions peaked. "How could you?" I screamed, voice raw. He fell to his knees, sobbing. I was lost, Ethan. Scared of my own truth. His breakdown pierced my armor. For the first time, I saw the boy beneath the CEO. Terrified, molded by a homophobic legacy. But forgiveness? My heart ached with indecision. Therapy sessions amplified the drama, unearthing my fears of abandonment. "You're projecting," the counselor said. Inwardly, realization dawned. Our love was a mirror, reflecting wounds we both carried. Yet, external forces pressed. A lawsuit from former employees alleging discrimination under his watch. The climax hit during a televised interview Corbin gave, outing his full story. "I was wrong," he declared to millions, "and Ethan showed me that." Watching from home, pride swelled amid terror. Calls flooded, support, vitriol. One from his estranged sister, "I'm proud of you," but the emotional toll ravaged us. Nights blurred into tear-streaked confessions. In a moment of profound intimacy, we revisited our cafe. "Do you regret us?" he asked, eyes searching. My response, laced with pain, "No, but it hurts." Emotions overwhelmed. Love's fire burning brighter through trials. Yet, doubts persisted. Can we rebuild amid ruins? Social debates raged. Our story sparked panels on redemption in queer spaces. Allies divided, some hailed his change, others decried it as too late. Inwardly, I grappled. Am I complicit in whitewashing harm? The weight pressed heavier than ever. A turning decision. I proposed space to heal separately. "Not goodbye," I clarified, heartbreaking. Corbin nodded, tears falling. "I love you enough to let you go." The separation amplified agony. Every day a void, memories haunting. Reconnecting tentatively at a charity event, sparks reignited. But controversy followed. A counterleak showing Corbin's anonymous Prius donations to pro-LGBT causes. Vindication or manipulation? Emotions surged, confusion reigning. As feelings intensified to breaking point, I questioned society's role. Does one man's evolution excuse past wrongs? The internal battle raged, love clashing with ethics in a drama of the soul. Reunion loomed, fraught with risk. Walking toward him under city lights, heart pounding, I wondered, is this redemption's dawn or illusion's trap? Emotions at their zenith demanded resolution. The path forward blurred, but one truth emerged. Our bond, forged in fire, defied easy judgment. Yet, the scars remained, eternal reminders of love's perilous cost. Resolution hung by a thread, emotions a maelstrom threatening to consume us whole. In the weeks of separation, solitude amplified every regret, every longing. I wandered Brooklyn streets, mind a whirlwind. His touch, his laugh, echoes that tormented. Why did love demand such sacrifice? Inwardly, self-recrimination peaked. Had I been too harsh, blinded by righteous anger? Or too lenient, ignoring the harm his actions perpetuated? Therapy unearthed deeper layers. My fear of vulnerability, rooted in past rejections, now projected onto him. Corbin's outreach was sporadic, respectful. A letter arriving one rainy afternoon. "I've started a foundation for LGBTQ tech workers." It read, "Inspired by you." Pride mingled with skepticism. Was this atonement or performance? The media frenzy continued, our story a lightning rod for debates on forgiveness in marginalized communities. Podcasts dissected us. Can a privileged man truly change? Listening, rage flared, our private pain commodified. Society's hypocrisy stung. Straight scandals faded quickly, but ours lingered, scrutinized eternally. A chance encounter at a Manhattan gallery opening reignited the fire. There he was, amidst abstract art mirroring our chaos. Our eyes met, and the room faded. "Ethan," he breathed, approaching cautiously. Conversation flowed, laced with unspoken hurt. "I've lost so much," he admitted, voice thick. "But losing you was the worst." Tears welled. My resolve cracked. Internally, turmoil crested. Pull away or leap? We stepped outside, rain soaking us, as confessions poured. "I was a coward, hiding behind power," he said. "You made me face myself." The reconciliation was tentative, fraught with drama. Dates resumed, but shadows loomed. Trust rebuilt brick by fragile brick. One night, during a heated discussion on his foundation's board, old wounds reopened. "You're still connected to those circles," I accused. He countered, "I'm dismantling them from within." Voices rose, emotions rawer than ever. Love's intensity a double-edged blade. His breakdown followed. Sobs racking his frame, admitting suicidal thoughts amid the backlash. Horror gripped me. Holding him, guilt flooded. Had my judgments pushed him there? Social conflicts climaxed at a pride march, where we marched together, defiant, hand in hand. Cheers mixed with boos. A protester hurled slurs, targeting Corbyn. Protecting him, adrenaline surged, but inwardly, despair peaked. Will we ever escape this cycle? The event sparked viral moments, polarizing opinions. Allies praised our journey. Detractors called it gaslighting. Navigating the fallout, our bond deepened. Emotions a torrent. Joy in unity, agony in division. A final revelation. Digging deeper, I uncovered Corbyn's anonymous advocacy predating us. Small acts buried under corporate facade. Why hide it? I demanded. Fear, he whispered, of being seen as weak. Understanding dawned, softening edges of betrayal. But the emotional weight crushed. Forgiveness meant carrying his burdens too. In quiet reflection, my mind raced. Society demands perfection from the imperfect. Where does grace fit? Our story challenged norms, igniting debates on redemption's validity in queer narratives. As we forged ahead, co-leading the foundation, challenges persisted. Family reconciliations faltered. Corbyn's father disowned him fully. Witnessing his grief, empathy overwhelmed. Love's empathy a healing balm. Yet my own losses mounted. Estranged friends, career setbacks. Inwardly, the battle raged fiercer. Is this fulfillment or martyrdom? The ultimate test came via a counter-lawsuit from old associates, dragging us into court, testifying, emotions laid bare, tears on stand, vulnerabilities exposed. Corbyn's defense. Love changed me. The verdict favored us, but victory felt pyrrhic, scars indelible. Emerging stronger, our connection transcended, a testament to resilience amid adversity. Emotions, at their profoundest, wove us inseparable. Yet, in the aftermath, a lingering question provoked endless debate. In a world rife with systemic inequities, can personal love truly absolve complicity in broader harms, or does it merely perpetuate the cycle of unearned redemption? True or false? Personal redemption through love can fully erase the societal damage caused by one's past actions.